What happens when a man finally finds love, but his own family sees it as a scandal to be silenced? You won't believe how far they go, and how he turns the table in the most unexpected way.
Eli had always been the quiet one in the family. Not shy, just thoughtful. The kind of guy who sends thank you cards, remembers anniversaries that aren't his, and brings extra batteries to Thanksgiving just in case. His parents adored that about him, until he told them he was getting married. To a man. It was a Sunday afternoon, sun pouring into the living room like warm honey. Eli poured his mother's favorite herbal tea, waited for everyone to sit, and then said it straight. "I'm getting married." They smiled. For a second. Then came the clarifier. To Tristan. You could have heard a silk thread snap. His father shifted in his chair like someone had turned up the heat. His mother blinked twice. Clara, his sister, sipped her wine like she'd been expecting bad news all day. "That's sudden," his mother said. "We've been together for 4 years," Eli replied. "It just wasn't dinner conversation until now." Clara offered a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Wow, so you're really going through with it?" Eli nodded. "Invites go out next week." His father stood up and walked out. No words. Just vanished into the hallway like a ghost of disappointment. His mother followed. Clara lingered, eyes scanning him like she was trying to figure out whether to hug him or hand him a pamphlet on repentance. "You know they're not ready for this, right?" she said. "I'm not asking them to be ready," Eli replied. "I'm asking them to show up. You should have known better." By the end of the week, weird things started happening. His fiancée Tristan got cold feet, not the usual wedding jitters, but full-blown avoidance. Calls that didn't go through. Messages that got lost. Excuses layered on excuses like a bad lasagna. Then came the kicker. Tristan met Clara for coffee. Alone. When Eli asked about it, Clara shrugged. He just needed someone to talk to. That was when the pit in Eli's stomach became a crater. The engagement started to crumble. Not explode, just quietly rot from the inside, like fruit left too long in a bowl. And Eli? He smiled through it. Nodded when people asked if he was excited. Pretended not to see the bruises forming on his future. Because here's the thing. Eli wasn't the type to make a scene. But he was the type to remember every detail. Every single one. What happened next changed everything. You won't want to miss how it all unfolds. It started with a napkin. A simple, stupid napkin. The kind coffee shops hand out without thinking. Only this one had a phone number scrawled across it in Tristan's handwriting and a lipstick mark that definitely wasn't Eli's. He found it under the passenger seat while cleaning out Tristan's car. A napkin, a receipt from a wine bar he'd never heard of, and an extra set of keys to an apartment Tristan had forgotten to mention. That's when the gloves came off. Eli didn't scream, didn't confront. He observed, tracked, pieced things together like a detective in an indie film. He even bought a journal, not for feelings, but for facts. Page 1, Clara's gym schedule. Page 2, Tristan's sudden uptick in work dinners. Page 3, a timeline of every lie dressed up as coincidence. And then, just when he thought he'd reached peak betrayal, it happened. Tristan didn't show up to their couples counseling session. Instead, he posted a photo. On a boat. With Clara. Caption? Resetting life with real ones. Eli stared at the screen for 10 minutes straight. Not because he didn't believe it, but because he'd suspected it all along and had hoped, deep down, to be wrong. His phone buzzed. A text from Clara. You'll find someone who suits you better. Promise. Like she was offering him a consolation prize for losing at his own engagement. He took a deep breath, closed the apps, and turned his phone off. That night, Eli did something he hadn't done in a long time. He wrote a letter. Handwritten. To himself. It began, "You deserve better." It ended, "And now, you're going to prove it." This is the climax. Everything you've been waiting for, right here. Stay to see how the hero put them all in their place. Eli didn't rage. He didn't go on a social media spree, tagging people and airing dirty laundry like a reality TV meltdown. No, Eli did something far worse. He got quiet. The kind of quiet that makes people nervous because they know a storm's brewing behind it. He packed away the wedding invitations without saying a word, folded them like regrets and tucked them into a drawer. Then he started cooking. Yes, cooking. Chicken piccata, sourdough rolls from scratch, his dad's favorite chili. As if you were hosting Thanksgiving in July. The whole family was invited. They showed up, of course. Clara brought wine like nothing had happened. His mother smiled too hard. His father, stone-faced, grunted hello. Eli, in his apron, looked like a man ready to serve forgiveness on a platter, only that wasn't the main course. Dinner went down with polite chatter. His mother complimented the rosemary and the potatoes. Clara laughed at her own jokes. Eli waited. It wasn't until dessert, pear tart with homemade vanilla cream, that he stood up, wiped his hands, and said, "I'm so glad you're all here. It means a lot." They smiled, relieved, thinking maybe this was his way of letting it go. Then he brought out the box. A simple wooden box. Inside, a copy of the engagement photo, a printed email, a napkin from the bar, and the ring. Clara went pale. This, Eli said calmly, is what betrayal looks like when it dresses up as love. His mother opened her mouth, closed it. His father shifted. Clara tried to speak. "Don't," Eli said, raising a hand. "You had your turn." Then he turned to his father. "I spent most of my life trying not to embarrass you, hiding who I was, letting your silence make the rules." His voice didn't shake. It sliced. "But this." He gestured to the box. "This was your idea of keeping things normal? You let her sabotage my relationship because you thought it would make us easier to explain to your friends." His father looked away. "I loved him," Eli said. "I was going to marry him. And you all sat at home playing moral Jenga while I tried to build a life." No one moved. "Don't worry," he added. "You won't have to explain me anymore. I'm done editing myself to fit your narrative." Then he dropped the ring into the tart. "You want tradition? Dig in." He walked out before they could respond, grabbed his coat, keys, and a piece of pie for the road. That night, Eli didn't cry. He played Miles Davis, opened the windows, and let the cold air slap some clarity back into his face. In the weeks that followed, something remarkable happened. He didn't shrink. He grew. New friends. New city. New job at a nonprofit that actually gave a damn. He adopted a dog with anxiety and named him Basil. They understood each other. One night, months later, a message popped up. It was Tristan. Just one line. "I made a mistake." Eli stared at it. Let it sit there like spoiled milk. Then he typed back. "So did I. But I'm not repeating it." And just like that, Eli exhaled. Fully. Finally.